They were once hip-hop allies JCole, the lyrical visionary from North Carolina, and Camron, the Harlem icon who helped shape the sound of 2000s rap. But now, their collaboration has turned into confrontation. In a stunning twist, Camron has filed a lawsuit against JCole, claiming he's owed over $500,000 in unpaid royalties from their 2024 song, Ready 24. What went wrong between these two powerhouse MCs? Was it about money, music, or a broken promise? Let's break down how Ready 24 went from a symbol of unity to the centerpiece of one of hip-hop's newest legal battles. The story begins back in 2021 when JCole dropped his critically acclaimed album The Off-Season. The opening track, 95 South, featured Camron's unmistakable voice and Harlem swagger. It wasn't just a cameo, it was a moment. Cole, known for his introspective bars and minimalist beats, opened his album with a tribute to East Coast bravado, and Camron's presence gave it legitimacy. Fans went wild. It was the old meets new crossover nobody saw coming. Behind the scenes, that collab built trust between the two rappers. Cole and Camron began talking about doing more together. And that's when Ready 24 was born. According to court filings obtained by People, JCole approached Camron again in December 2021 with a new idea. He wanted to collaborate once more, this time for a project that would stretch beyond a guest appearance. Camron agreed, but with conditions. 1. He wanted creative control over the final track. 2. He wanted proper credit and royalties. 3. And most importantly, Cole would return the favor by appearing on Camron's future project, either a single or an episode of his hit podcast It Is What It Is. Cole reportedly agreed to all three. And in June 2022, the two artists hit Electric Lady Studios in New York City, the same legendary studio where Jimi Hendrix recorded. Together, they recorded Ready 24. Camron laid down verses he wrote himself. Cole handled production and mixing. Everything seemed set for another hit and another chapter in their creative partnership. But according to Camron, that's where things went wrong. In his lawsuit, Camron claims he made it clear during recording. The song couldn't be released until Cole honored his promise to collaborate again, either on a song or his podcast. Cole allegedly agreed. But as months turned into years, the collaboration never happened. Camron waited. And then, in 2024, Ready 24 suddenly appeared on JCole's album Might Delete Later, without his authorization. To Camron, that was a betrayal. Not only did Cole break their verbal agreement, but the song was released without full payment of royalties and without final creative approval. The lawsuit claims Camron is owed at least $500,000, representing his share of royalties from streaming, publishing, and performance revenue. When the news broke that Camron was suing JCole, fans were stunned. After all, JCole is known for being one of hip-hop's most respected and drama-free artists, the guy who raps about humility, loyalty, and keeping it real. Meanwhile, Camron is Harlem royalty, a veteran known for his sharp wit, pink fur coats, and street authenticity. To see these two artists clash over business felt surreal. Social media lit up. Some fans sided with Camron, saying, if Cole made a promise, he should keep it. Others argued, it's just business. Not everything in music can be based on trust. But as the lawsuit plays out, the bigger question looms. Was this just a legal misunderstanding or the end of a friendship built on respect? Ironically, Ready 24 was meant to celebrate brotherhood and perseverance. The track fused Camron's gritty wordplay with Cole's thoughtful storytelling, a balance of Harlem confidence and Southern soul. Camron reportedly wrote most of the hook and part of the bridge, making him a key creative force behind the track. The song's release on Might Delete Later boosted Cole's album sales and generated millions of streams. But behind the success, Camron says he was left unpaid and unacknowledged. His legal team now alleges that Cole and his label, Dreamville Records, breached their agreement and profited from Camron's work without honoring the terms. Camron's complaint, filed in New York Supreme Court on October 28, 2025, outlines multiple claims, including breach of contract, failure to pay royalties, unjust enrichment, and violation of verbal agreements. He's demanding at least $500,000 in compensation, plus legal fees and potential punitive damages. The court filing highlights text messages and emails exchanged between the two artists' teams, allegedly showing that Cole acknowledged Camron's involvement and promises to collaborate again. So far, JCole has not issued a public statement. Dreamville Records also declined to comment. In typical Camron fashion, the Harlem legend didn't stay quiet for long. On his podcast It Is What It Is, he hinted at the situation days before the lawsuit went public, saying, "In this business, your word means everything. You can't tell me you're going to pull up and then ghost me when the bag drops. That's not Harlem. That's not respect." Without naming Cole directly, fans instantly knew who he meant. For Camron, this isn't just about money, it's about principle. The man who built Dipset from the ground up has always valued loyalty over fame. And when someone breaks a promise in his world, it's personal. Meanwhile, JCole has stayed silent, a move consistent with his reputation. Cole rarely engages in public feuds. His fans describe him as introspective, private, and focused on his art. But silence can be misinterpreted. Some see it as maturity. Others see it as avoidance. Industry insiders say Cole may be trying to resolve the issue privately, while his legal team reviews the claims. Still, every day without a response adds more fuel to the fire. The Camron vs. JCole feud highlights a timeless truth in the music industry. Even creativity can't escape contracts. What begins as brotherhood often ends in paperwork, and the thin line between trust and transaction can destroy relationships overnight. Many rappers have learned this the hard way, from Lil Wayne's battle with Birdman to Megan Thee Stallion's label dispute. Now, Camron and JCole join that long list of cautionary tales, proving that even mutual respect can't always protect a handshake deal. As of now, the lawsuit is active in New York. Camron's legal team is seeking an injunction to stop further profits from Ready 24 until the royalty dispute is resolved. If the case goes to trial, it could expose the inner workings of how rap collaborations are negotiated and how verbal promises hold up in court. For both men, the stakes go beyond money. For Camron, it's about respect. For JCole, it's about reputation. Their paths may cross again, in the courtroom instead of the studio. They once made music together that celebrated legacy and unity. Now, their partnership has turned into litigation. Whether this feud ends with reconciliation or a legal judgment, one thing is clear. Ready 24 was more than a song, it was a promise. And when promises break in hip-hop, the fallout echoes louder than the beat. This is the story of Camron vs. JCole, the $500,000 royalty war.